July 18th, 2021. Episode 10, The Price of Mercy. The 20th day of Flame Rule. I wasn't standing there for long. I couldn't have been, but in the time I stood there staring with disbelief at the flying beast above us, the entirety of the crowd around me panicked. The mages of the guild, they disappeared. The people, they scattered. And I just looked on and then around to see nothing but pure chaos. Monsters were pouring into town from multiple directions in massive waves, looting, destroying, and wreaking havoc in their wake. And to my shock, I recognized them. Kobolds, and men dressed in similar armors to the ones we had faced at the Hark's lair. Followers of Tiamat. They just had to be. But why were they here? There wasn't time to really think about it. Instead, I just looked around for someone familiar. Any of the people I had come to trust most. I remembered Moose and her parents had been in the crowd, attending my trial in support of my efforts, as that had been the kindness of the Pomplades, reaching their welcoming hand out towards me. Moose made herself easy to find with the use of dancing lights. The figure of a girl dancing appeared nearby and guided me over to where her, Kelmorn and Mincy were. For the moment, they were the only ones I could see. I rested a hand over Moose's shoulder tightly and let her know that I had gotten a look at where some of the invaders were flooding in from. They had taken at least 2 of the gates. I was sure of it, and I knew one of those gates was near us. I told her, it might be best if we head over that way to try and keep more of the monsters from getting in. She understood, but I could see her looking to her parents with deep worry. She then said she wanted to get them both to safety first. I nodded in understanding. I told her I would go to the nearest gate to try and cut the raiders off, while she rushed to get her parents to safety. Why did I do that? I should have stayed with her. And I know the others joined Moose later on, but maybe if I had stayed with Moose, instead of running over to the gate. I'm not trying to talk myself up. I'm not saying that I know I could have made a difference, but after everything Kelmorn has done for me, his welcoming me into the family, and I let this happen. If I could go back and change my choice, I would. But no, like an idiot I ran to the gate, and I left Mincy, Moose and Kelmorn behind, never to lay eyes on him alive again. The chaos served me well, as I made my way there without being attacked. Once I made it, I saw that the gate had actually been destroyed. The guards couldn't close it because of that. I guess I saw that as a way for me to feel useful. I proceeded to spend my time mending the wood of the gate, so the guards could close it again, even as the enemy forces began to die down. Meanwhile, I later heard about how my friends had fought for their lives and Kelmorn got taken in the process. A kobold had snatched him up and was able to get away. By the time I had finished mending the gate and met up with everyone else, Kelmorn was already gone. Thane looked exhausted and Kyokyojo had arrived on horseback. He informed us that he was going to search for Kelmorn. Mincy, who was riding her large dog, left in another direction to also search for her missing husband. Thane and Kairax headed towards the bridge at the center of town, while Svend, Moose and myself headed to the Owlbear district. While on the path there, we witnessed a single man attacking the green dragon who had been raining poison breath down over the town. He was using a large bow. We would realize later that this man was Lord Trescar Slan himself. We made it to where Svend lived. There was an older man there whom Svend spoke to before we moved to help him put on his armor. Or I should say Moose helped Svend put on his armor. Once that was done, we stopped at my house as I didn't live far. My home had been completely rummaged through as expected. Thankfully, there were no signs of blood. I'm hoping that meant that Dad hadn't been home during the attack and was somewhere safe. He is more capable than he lets on, so I just chose to trust that about him. We didn't have time to dwell on our worries at that moment. Before we left, I looked around for any sign of my violin, but I did not spot it. The wreckage inside of the house was great, and there wasn't really time to look thoroughly. I urged us to get going instead. We made our way out of my house and traveled the streets once more, but we didn't get far before a loud voice boomed across the entirety of Secomber. I don't really want to mention the rest. Having to witness my friend go through that. Or trying to write about how they took Kelmorn from us. This evil woman. Their lady. Seeing his remains and then Moose's face. It haunts me. It's too much and too fresh. I've never had anger that burns like this within me before. It's like someone stuck a knife into my gut, and then just twisted it, and they keep twisting it around and around. We've been put on a new quest, because of what happened, but I think for now, this will be it for my writings on this night. End of chapter. Notes that Siluca doesn't or wouldn't know. While Thane was down, Brahm appeared and saved him from a monster that was about to attack his fallen form. Elise Sunwalker guarded the bridge. Thane and Kairax joined her in defending it. Kyokyojo witnessed Amelia Ammonites using golems to fight back against the waves of monsters with ease.